Obama strongly rejected John McCain's claim that ambition only, not principle, not patriotism, drives him. McCain has also run afoul of a previous presidential candidate who claimed that McCain himself ran in 2000 explicitly not for patriotism, specifically not to pursue his reform agenda, but for, yes, ambition. Who made this startling claim about McCain? Our fourth story tonight, it was John McCain in the book he wrote in 2002. Also available in a convenient audio edition.
I didn't decide to run for president to start a national crusade for the political reforms I believed in, or to run a campaign as if it were some grand act of patriotism. In truth, I wanted to be president because it had become my ambition to be president. I was 62 years old when I made the decision, and I thought it was my one shot at the prize.
I wanted to be president because it had become my ambition to be president. John McCain, 2002. McCain's words of just last Saturday also coming back to bite him today after naming Georgia Congressman John Lewis as one of the 3 wisest people he knows whom he would consult as president. Lewis told MotherJones.com, "They are just colleagues, quote, not confidants. He does not consult me and I do not consult him." And then there was today's visit to a rig in the Gulf of Mexico, a trip to highlight how eco-friendly they are. A trip postponed from last month because the campaign said of Hurricane Dolly. The Washington Post pointing out that the 12-mile oil slick in the Mississippi back then might have muddied the message. Let's turn now to MSNBC political analyst Eugene Robinson, also, of course, associate editor and columnist for the Washington Post. Good evening, Gene.
Evening, Keith. 2002,
McCain admits he was driven by ambition in 2000. 2008, he accuses Obama of being driven by ambition now. This is a blunt question, but I think it's become a necessary one. Is this a stable man?
It's, I think he would say that was then, this is now. I mean, this is a man who acknowledged the role, the overarching role that ambition played in his 2000 campaign. So it's the same guy. I guess this is supposedly the older, wiser John McCain.
But he's already on record admitting that he lied in an attempt to become president. He said he lied about supporting the Confederate flag during the 2000 primaries. Is this now not just more lying? I mean, he knows ambition has been his motive, so he accuses Obama of it?
Right. I mean, I don't quite get this line of attack. First of all, as I've pointed out before, I'm not aware of many or any presidential candidates who were not ambitious. It's kind of the definition of ambition if you think you can be president of the United States. So to try to pretend, really, that he is without ambition, albeit having confessed it several years ago, but to pretend that now he is without ambition and is just, there to serve the common good is, I don't think anybody's going to buy that. Certainly nobody who knows anything about politics is going to buy that.
William Tecumseh Sherman was not ambitious. If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. That's not ambitious. If you're not ambitious, you go home. Cincinnatus was not ambitious. If McCain's pushing this thing to advance a particular story about Obama, what is the McCain story that we are all missing? The story in which it is McCain who has admitted that it's all about ambition.
Well, the McCain story we're missing, I think, is the way John McCain has changed over the years. The man who voted against the Martin Luther King holiday, but now claims John Lewis as his spiritual advisor. I guess the man who is a maverick in the public imagination and in the public, but who really has voted pretty much like a doctrinaire conservative all along. The man who got in trouble, ethical trouble early in his career and became Mr. Campaign Finance Reform. It's kind of John McCain versus John McCain, and ambition could be another chapter in that book, I think.
Well, you mentioned Congressman Lewis. This is not actually the first time that McCain has used Lewis's name to score points somewhere. He went on at length about him during his Please Forgive Me for Voting Against Martin Luther King Day tour. Is there something unseemly about returning to this well in such a dishonest fashion? Does it say anything about McCain's approach to the issues of race in this campaign, or is it either smaller or larger than the issue of race?
You know, I think it indicates a certain trivialization of the issue to the extent that he deals with it at all. I mean, you know, John Lewis it has become the kind of go-to civil rights saint, and you mentioned him as an admirable person. Perhaps John McCain does find him totally admirable, but as Congressman Lewis points out, if that's the case, it would be nice if he were to pick up the phone and, you know, call him now and then and maybe solicit and take his advice. Apparently he does not. So it's hard to put a lot of credence in this idea that he's his kind of you know, big brother in the halls of Congress.
You know, it could have been worse. I guess he could have invoked Frederick Douglass in there. I think that's the only other way. Gene Robinson of MSNBC and the Washington Post. As always, Gene, great thanks. Have a good night.
Great to talk to you, Keith.